If you rent or own a condo, especially in Chicago, you need to hear this. My mom and I are fighting to save our home from being illegally taken by a system that is supposed to protect us. For 5 exhausting years, my mother and I have been fighting our HOA, Stratford House on the Lake Board, and their attorneys. What's happening in Chicago's eviction courtrooms is something out of a movie, except it's our real life. I'm about to tell you how corrupt law firms such as Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell are trying to illegally evict my mother and me, and the court is allowing it to happen. What I'm going to share is not just unethical. It's illegal, but nobody's stopping it. So on April 15th, Judge Maltz gave both sides, us in Stratford House on the Lake, represented by the law firm Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell, a timeline to follow. The law firm Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell had 28 days to respond. We had 28 days after that to reply. We followed everything. We filed all our paperwork on time, and we were supposed to have our hearing on June 25th, 2025. But when June 25th, 2025 came, Judge Dunnigan showed up instead of the assigned judge for our case. No notice, no explanation. Judge Dunnigan ignored the previous judge's order, Judge Maltz's April 15th, 2025 order, to adjudicate our reply brief that is loaded with concrete evidence and discredits Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell. Our reply brief has been filed with the court system since May 30th, 2025. Again, Judge Dunnigan did not adjudicate our reply brief. Instead, she ruled in favor of everything Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell requested without adjudicating our reply brief. On June 25th, 2025, Judge Dunnigan then sent our case straight to trial. In this video's description, please take a look at our reply brief and then compare it to attorney Sandra T. Kahn's poorly written, illegal response. Also, please keep in mind that attorney Sandra T. Kahn sent this document unfiled with the clerk's office, which is against the law. Attorney Sandra T. Kahn was attempting to pass her illegal response off as an official document, but it is not an official document because it was not filed with the clerk's office so it could be a part of the court's records. Using illegal documents is how the corrupt law firm Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell can steal people's homes using the court system. Because we refuse to accept the corruption and intimidation tactics that we have witnessed and experienced in eviction courtrooms 1301 and 1302, we immediately sent a stern complaint letter to Chief Judge Timothy Evans and E. Kenneth Wright Jr. We did this to bring to their attention the corruption taking place directly underneath their leadership. Then, on Friday, June 27th, 2025, we filed a defendant's motion to vacate and request for judicial review of June 25th, 2025 order issued by Judge Dunnigan, and we included a copy of the letter to demonstrate that we made a formal complaint against attorney Sandra T. Kahn and her rubber-stamping Judge Dunnigan. Keep in mind, this isn't just about us, okay? If they can do this to us, senior citizens, single women, Black or Latino homeowners, they can do it to anyone. Judges are expected to follow the law and treat all individuals fairly. That didn't happen on June 25th, 2025. Court hearing. Instead, Judge Dunigan did not adjudicate our reply brief and kept muting us so we could not defend ourselves, and then granted everything that Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell requested, even though, number one, Attorney Sandra T. Kahn failed to file a notice of appearance, but still participated in June 25th, 2025 court proceeding, which is against the law. Number two, on May 13th, 2025, Attorney Sandra T. Kahn transmitted to the defendants unfiled court documents, pretending that they were filed with the clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County. And still, Judge Dunigan granted Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell's request, which is against the law. Number three, Attorney Sandra T. Kahn dual unauthorized legal representation. Eviction courtrooms 1301 and 1302 literally list Attorney Sandra T. Kahn as counsel for both plaintiff and defendants. We never authorize Attorney Sandra T. Kahn to be our attorney, okay? Having Attorney Sandra T. Kahn listed as representing both parties, the defendants and the plaintiffs, is against the law. We tried twice to remove Attorney Sandra T. Kahn as being listed as the defendant's lawyer, but two different clerks stated that only Attorney Sandra T. Kahn can remove her name because this is how Attorney Sandra T. Kahn filed the complaint. This is why my mother and I, we literally have to drive down to the Circuit Court of Cook County to get information about our own case, because all documentation is going straight to Attorney Sandra T. Kahn because she is listed as our attorney. Again, we never authorize her to be our attorney, and this is completely against the law. The only way my mother and I can receive court documents is if Sandra T. Kahn sends said court documents to us. We have never received any court documents from the Circuit Court of Cook County themselves. Everything I just stated is illegal. So why is the court system allowing Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell to get away with this blatant, rampant misconduct? How many other homes have been stolen? Here's what triggered everything. Stratford House on the Lake Board demanded an outrageous $180,000 special assessment via email without providing any receipts, vendor contracts, or the information of a certified public accountant, also known as a CPA, details as required under the Illinois Condominium Property Act. We refused to pay these unjustified fees, calling their bluff on this blatant extortion. What was Stratford House on the Lake Board's response? Instead of just providing the financial documents my mother and I requested in writing, Stratford House on the Lake Board retaliated by hiring law firm Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell, who initiated a $1,028 eviction proceeding against us. Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell are using this fraudulent $1,028 eviction complaint to steal our $300,000 home. What's more troubling is Judge Dunigan's refusal to adjudicate our case according to the law. Instead, Judge Dunigan has set aside the law and is rubber stamping everything Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell request. By the way, for all the folks that keep saying to get a lawyer, You can have Matlock himself represent you, but if the judge is unethical, it doesn't matter. Also, I implore you, please read our briefs, and you will see that my mother and I are incredibly well versed in the law. What we need is a judge with ethics to rule on our case. What these folks are trying to do is wear us down, so we give up. We're not asking for favors. We're asking for fairness, for due process, for the chance to be heard. Here's what we're fighting against. Judges are being switched without notice. Rulings are being made without reading our case. Dickler, Kahn, Slowikowski, and Zavell and their client, Stratford House on the Lake Board, are hiding behind fake paperwork. Here's what you can do to help. Share this video. Please sign our petition. We're not asking for money. We just want signatures. And if you can, please attend our July 14th, 2025 court hearing to get the ruling on our motion to vacate Judge Dunigan's defective order. And I'm going to leave that Zoom information on this video. That's courtroom 1302, Zoom meeting ID 922-8830-9469. And the password for that session is 480525. I want you guys to pray for justice and protection, not just for us, but for everyone fighting a silent battle against a broken system. Tag local media, journalists, and influencers, crime podcasters, because this story needs attention. This is not just our story. It's a warning. And if this can happen in Cook County, it can happen anywhere. We're not giving up, and we hope you won't either. Thank you so much for your support. It's very much appreciated.